The Sony A7 III is currently my main camera, and it has been for over a year at this point. But during the last few years, a lot of great new cameras have released, which obviously raises the question, is the Sony A7 III still worth it in 2022? So let's talk about it. When we talk about this, we first have to look into what you primarily want to do with this camera. If you are mainly into photography, then this is going to be a great camera for you. The stills capabilities of this are amazing. For reference, I usually shoot cars, occasionally some street photography. You don't have to worry about image quality with this at all. You can crop into these images, but just know that at some point you're going to reach the natural limits of the 24 megapixel sensor. So yes, you can crop in, but not too much. And even at night, this produces great images. The low light qualities of this are amazing. So if you often find yourself shooting in low light situations, then this camera is going to be great for you. If you want to see how I got some night street photography photos, then go watch the video over here. I'm going to link it. Or you can wait until the end of the video and I'm going to link it in the end card so you won't miss the video. So if you are looking for a great full frame stills camera, then this is definitely going to be great for you, and I can full-heartedly recommend this to almost everybody. But sadly, that's something I can't say about the video qualities of this. I mean, don't get me wrong, the video quality from this looks great. You're actually looking at it right now. But if that's not the problem, then what is? The problem is that this camera can't shoot in 4K at 60 frames or higher. For some applications, it's just very important to get those high resolution, high frame rate shots, so you have the flexibility of slowing it down in post. But sadly, this camera doesn't offer that and only shoots 4K in 25 or 30 frames per second. So let's say you don't need 4K in 60 frames or higher. Then the next question is going to be, do you color grade your images a lot? And if yes, then this camera might not give you the flexibility you need. You still get S-Log2 and S-Log3, but this camera shoots in 8-bit colors and you can push it to great lengths, but still 10-bit footage is going to give you a lot more flexibility. And the difference between 8-bit colors and 10-bit colors is actually pretty big. For example, right now you're looking at S-Log2 footage from the Sony A7 III. So this is color graded and corrected. Let's take off the color grade. And now let's take off the correction. So this is what S-Log2 looks like straight out of camera. So you still get a lot of flexibility, but 10-bit is going to give you a lot more. And sometimes with 8-bit footage, you can get some weird fragments if you color grade too much. Oh, hey, could you do me a favor and hit that like button? I would really appreciate that. But let's get back to the video. And I know this might sound like this camera is crap for video, but really it isn't. This camera is still used by a lot of people for their professional work and for their YouTube videos. And you don't notice it because this camera still looks great. It's just starting to show its age in some niche areas. One of these niche areas is filming yourself on the go, because you usually want to have a fully articulating flip-out screen for that, so you can check your exposure, check your composition. But sadly, the Sony A7 III doesn't have one. It has this weird tilt-out screen. I don't know how you really describe that. I personally kind of like it, but for shooting video, it's just not practical. And I know for studio environments like this, you can just hook up your smartphone like I'm doing right now, or you can hook up an external monitor and this problem is going to be solved for you. But for on the go, mounting a monitor on this camera is not going to be very practical. So speaking of the body, let's talk about that next. I feel like Sony camera bodies are somewhat controversial. Some people love them, some people hate them, and it mostly comes down to the size of the grip. I personally don't have a problem with it. I have small to medium-sized guy hands, so all of my fingers fit comfortably on the grip. But I know for some people that's not the case and their pinky is just dangling down there because it just simply doesn't fit there. For that, there's actually an easy fix. You can get an L bracket with a pinky extender, or you can get a battery grip. But I know the battery grip isn't an option for everybody because it adds a lot of size and weight to your setup, and a lot of people don't want that, which I totally get. One problem you sadly can't fix with this camera are these flimsy doors that cover the ports. I just really don't like them, and I know a lot of people don't like them. That's actually why Sony fixed it with the later body styles, but sadly this camera still has them. They're just dangling around, they get on your nerve. If you have multiple of them open, they get caught in each other and dangle around together. It's just a whole mess. So what is my conclusion on this camera now that I've used it extensively over the past year? Is it still worth it to buy in 2022 and even in future years? I think it's worth it. And I know I can't look into the future, so I can't really tell how long it's going to be worth it, but as it stands right now, it's definitely worth it. This is a great camera, and especially now that the price is slowly starting to get down. I know right now it's still at 2 grand or a bit lower, but over the next few months, it's definitely going to drop in price. I can see this becoming a great full frame entry camera, especially when the price is slowly starting to get down. And I really think this is going to be even more popular than it is right now. But still remember, this is not going to be for everybody. If you're mainly into photography, this is going to be a great camera for you and you're going to be very happy. But if you're mostly into run and gun style video content, then this camera is not going to be for you. So what am I going to do? Am I going to keep this as my main camera, or am I going to upgrade to something like the A7 IV? And I think I'm going to upgrade. It's probably going to be around this summer, and it's probably going to be to the A7 IV, because I want to do some more run and gun style video content, some vlog style content, and for that having the features of the A7 IV is just going to be very beneficial for me. And if you want to see how the Sony A7 III does at some night street photography, then definitely watch this video next, because I was actually very surprised with some of the results I got. So I'm going to see you in there. Oh, you're still watching? Why haven't you clicked that video? You really should. Just click this. Watch this video.